Yo, what's up, everybody? Today is February 17th, and yeah, let's get going. New week, another week. I'm excited. It's super nasty. It's raining outside, and I've dropped a bunch of charts into the group. So let's get into it. And I do that for anybody that's new. I like to do this. I try to do it about every week, a weekly outlook video going over what I'm looking at in the market. So like I'm not going over every single chart. I usually pick a topic, whether it's the yen, whether it's the dollar, whether it is like say a pound breakout. We haven't had that in a while because of Brexit or anything like that. But I usually pick an overarching theme and then go with that, right? So all the charts I dropped were dollar pairs, and typically I trade off the dollar for sure. Not going to deny that, but it's the major out there, and pretty much most movements in the market kind of relate to that. So in my opinion, it's good to have a good grip on what's going on there. And if you're watching me for the first time, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Appreciate you. And yeah, like we have an amazing group, an awesome group of traders. There's a bunch of bullshit out there, right? Of people that are pretending to be traders, pretending to be entrepreneurs, just pretending, man, and posting a bunch of garbage on Instagram and on YouTube and making people think that this shit's easy and that if you just start doing it in 4 months, probably less, you'll be driving a Lambo, you'll have big stacks of money, and you'll be staying in the Shard in London. Well, most of those pictures you see on Instagram are rented Lambos. Their affiliate commissions paying for the room in the Shard. And, it's all just illusion and smoke and mirrors. So I'm here to tell you the message that nobody wants to fucking hear, that this shit takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication, but it's totally worth it. It really is. And it's very satisfying, too, whenever it starts to work out. So, yeah, nobody likes to hear that message, but, the more and more I see these profiles, trade like Ross, trade like Becky, trade like blah, 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 but you never see these people trading is the thing. Hold on 1 second, getting a phone call. Okay, I'm back. So, yeah, I'm not going to make this video a rant about that because I actually have some charts to look over, and this isn't a video about that. But if you're interested in that topic and want me to just start, I don't know. I don't want to cause any beef with these people, but they should be kind of exposed. But really, you know what? It's not any of my business. Karma will do that. And yeah, man, I just shout out to Bart, who's out there. I'm sure you're out there because you watch every single one of my videos. I just took a cold shower, man, on your recommendation, and it was cold, but I feel amazing. I feel super good, and I'm going to shoot this video, and then I'm going to go to the gym and tear it up. So, yeah, and get ready for the market to open. So let me share my screen with you all, and I'm going to go over some of the pairs that I sent in the in the Telegram group. Let's see here. And if I need to go over anything live, I'll go ahead and mirror my screen. If you haven't seen the background on my iPad, patience is power. That's the truth, 100%. Took some losses last week because I wasn't practicing what I'm preaching, man. But patience is power. And then also to update you all, I'm going to be posting articles and charts and information and free material on TradingView as well. So I'm putting a lot of free stuff out there. But to top that off, the training that I'm redoing right now is going to be sick, and it's going to be totally worth it, and I'm super excited about it. So really I'm doing this to hopefully find more people that are actually interested, and they're like, holy shit, this guy's actually doing it. He's actually trading. He's he actually does this, and I want to learn, and I'm willing to put in the time. I'm willing to put in the effort. And because look, man, nothing that's worthwhile is easy, for sure. Nothing's worthwhile is easy. And you know, the people that win the lottery, they end up blowing it all and going bankrupt because they didn't take the time to earn it, right? So so yeah, this is our VIP channel, you know, and that I send signals, I send setups, market updates. Here's a big winning streak we had, which those are the best parts. And yeah, and so this is what it looks like if you're curious about what it looks like being in my group, right? And then we also have this amazing chat group with the people in here, Mark, Tochi, we got Jorge, we got Thomas, we got Hugo, Colleen, of course. And yeah, so we have fun, and we're talking about the markets, man. You know, it's trading charts, trading our ideas, and the people that get in here and are super active, man, they have such better results, and it makes the community better as a whole. So on Euro USD, you can see a lot of times I'll put like an arrow because I think it's going to keep going further. But there's nothing here, right? Because really, in my opinion, I mean, yeah, it looks like it's bearish, right? And it looks like it's going to keep dropping. But the thing is, I think we're going to have a reversal, right? So we have our divergence here, and this is the same stuff I was saying last week. And so some of y'all are probably like, dude, you're saying the same thing. Like, give us some more information. But it was so choppy last week. It was all right. That's it. Got to go live. I was gonna try to just do the other charts, but I want to be a little more interactive here. And so here we are. And the thing is, look, if we go to a weekly chart, look at this level of support we're on. It's pretty serious. And what happened last week is we had price probing. You can see this big pin bar here, right? Price was probing these lower regions. Here we go, nice little stop hunt here. 112.50, really just 112.35, rejected, and now the thing is we are underneath this trend line too. So I mean, you could make a case either way on this for sure. And the case is stronger, that's going to keep falling for sure. I mean, hands down, the trend is your friend. And I got burned last week going against the trend. So I'm really going to do my best to refrain from doing that this week. But the thing is, we're on this huge level of support. We have divergence here. And look how the RSI on this daily chart is just creeping higher. Just creeping higher. But the thing is, it's going higher. Now look at this divergence on the 4-hour chart. You know, going by all this divergence and stuff last week didn't help because the market was determined and the dollar was determined to go lower and to get stronger. But that's what I see there for sure. By the way, if you're watching this, and you're like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. I teach this in my training. And so also on this Fibonacci chart, look where we are here from this low to this high. And here is the 61.8. That's a, you know, major retracement level. And that's where we would see some action back to the upside. And to me, this looks like an inverted head and shoulders. Very long and drawn out, but it looks like an inverted head and shoulders here. Let's go to cable. looks like inverted head and shoulders, right? So I've been saying this for weeks. Shoulder, head, and now you can see here's the other shoulder. We had a big drop for sure, but from this low to this high, we hit the 50% retracement of that move, and now we're moving higher, right? So I have two arrows because it could go either way for cable too. Just like euro, we're either going to see the dollar continue to strengthen and just crush and be beast mode this week, or we're going to see it let up, and then we're going to see a reversal on these pairs. And here's a closer look at that, right? So this was the breakdown last week, just grinding lower. And then on Friday, we had this big rally here. This is UK session. Here's that 50% retracement I was telling you about. If we get above this intersection, I expect a rejection here. Look, here's another little miniature shoulder, head. So a rejection down this 50% retracement seems likely. And then buying down here would be an excellent move. And if we get above this X right here, that's going to be a signal for let's keep rallying and push this 130 level. Let's see here. Let's go back to the still charts. Not that these are moving or anything, but I want to illustrate these points. Here is the head and shoulder, right? Head, shoulder, breakdown, ranging, and then divergence. The case could be made that, look, dude, this is beyond this trend line here, and this is going to keep dropping to at least the 61.8 or even lower. But we also have some meeting minutes out of the Fed this week. The Fed was just super dovish 2 weeks ago. So here we are on the 4-hour Euro USD below, but we're below this trend line, but we're consolidating hard here. Maybe to make another rally, and we're divergent on this 4-hour. Here's cable, same, look at this divergence here, right? And this is long term, but just like I was talking 61.8, this is where we're going. This might take a few months, but it's February. Let's say by May, we could see a move up here. And here is that same chart on pound dollar. Now, dollar franc, this looks like a great setup. So if we get this weak dollar, right, and I'm going to continue making a case for the weak dollar, and then I'll show you the dollar index at the end. So look at this, moving up, and retesting this trend line. If we break above here, that's going to be, if it goes the other way and dollar gets strength, then I'm going to be buying at the top at this trend line, this broken trend line here. But if we get a move lower, this just looks like an excellent trade. Much better setup than euro dollar or pound dollar. Here we are too. If we get a break down from here, ooh, that's going to be nice. So you can see we tested it. We're at a bit of a breaking point, right? I'd love to see, and this is one of my favorite setups, is some movement and pressure building against this trend line, and then a break below. Ascending wedge, yes, I think so. Looks like an ascending wedge. So here we are, and this is a much better setup than the other two that I just showed you. Because why? Because there's actually a decent entry here. The other ones, we're already at the bottom of a big move, especially for euro dollar. So I don't want to sell down there at the bottom, but we keep getting rejected. They're buying it at that dip too, as if you're in my group, we were doing last week. So this looks like a better setup, and I would love to retest this resistance, this trend line, and get a rejection here. The risk to reward there, it's just a much better trade, 100%. UJ. So we're in a nice triangle pattern, which UJ seems to always do. And we have a ascending wedge here as well. This will be a good indicator of whether or not we're going to see if we're going to see a weak dollar or weak or a strong dollar, right? Because if we can break this 111 level and make a run to retest this trend line, then that's going to mean EU, GU is going to be dropping hard. But if we break down out of this, here's a 4 hour. If we break down out of this little formation and this channel we got going on here, that's gonna mean more of a weak dollar. And if you haven't noticed, I'm pretty bearish the dollar, and that's what my sentiment is. But if you see my last video that I made yesterday, that's what really hurt me last week. But I still believe my analysis is correct. This week I'm going to be more prepared to switch it up, right? So here is dollar CAD, and we're in a nice channel here. Market opens in an hour, by the way. So I want to hit the road and get to the gym before this happens. But here's the channel, right? It's textbook. And if we break higher, if we get a strong dollar or oil, it could actually be a rather weak dollar week. But if oil drops, which I think it's going to, it's up at some serious resistance now. It's at a make or break point. We'll just take a look at oil real quick. Where you at, oil? And just to go back to what I was talking about at the start of the video, why aren't these other people doing any analysis, any real analysis, right? Well, my big thing on this trade, on this setup, is from this high to this low. If we set up our Fibonacci, I kind of said that like Pauly Shore. For anybody that's old enough to remember him, Fibonacci. I used to love his movies as a kid, man. But right, we're right at this 38.2 level. Oh, let's move this. Shout out to Colleen, because she's always like, you should move that so people can see. Colleen in the group. 38.2 there. Blowing up. Just trying to go to the gym. 38.2. Now, if we break above here, that's going to be a big deal. And it definitely looks like it could. But we're at the overbought territory down here on the 4 hour. On the 1 hour, we got divergence and we got 2 touches here, right? So I think a rejection, regardless if this does break this level. will probably happen first. At least back to the 54 level. So then the price can make another crack at this move. And, you know, maybe we get an even lower rejection here. Also, another thing you could do, this would be the downside. But the other side of that, I'm just looking and I can see this. We are in breakout territory, right? So, like I said, make or break. But first, I would love to see a retest of this trend line so I could buy it down there at the bottom. Speaking of which, I'm going to pause this video and send this chart out to my group. Let me pause it real quick. Sorry about the. All right, I'm back. So that's oil. Just got that sent off to my group. There it is. There's the finished chart, and you can see we're at a make or break point here. So that's going to be a big deal. The big factor is that we are already overbought on this 4-hour RSI. So here's the dollar index, and you can see. Let's go to more long term. So this happened, I mean, last year, right? For people that were in my group, Yasser, I know, just give you a shout out, dude. This was like, remember when you came in here and this was all going on, and then when this broke, right? And now here we are in this. We've been in a big uptrend, dollar strength, the dollar index, and you can see it directly. How there's that. Take a look, mental picture now. Look at that, right? So there's Euro USD, and take a mental picture. Right, looks a lot alike, right? So there's the inverted head and shoulders, that pattern. And here we are, we're at a make or break point on this too. And so we've broken out of this ascending wedge here. I think that's a big deal. And now we are at an X marks the spot, one of my trademarks, one of my favorite setups here. If we break above here, man, dollar is going to be just strong as hell, man. So for sure. But we're on the underside of this trend line here. And if we get a move lower in the dollar index, and that's going to mean all the pairs I just shared, we'll see a rally in Euro USD, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, that's excellent setup, will make for a great trade. Dollar yen will cut lower, and well, it probably won't affect oil too much. So, but those pairs for sure. And here is a closer look at that, right? So here is that inside that ascending wedge, price grinding higher, just big drop. Forget what that was. This before Christmas. And then a move out of this trend line, and we've been on the underside of it. You know what? Let's take a little closer look. And I hope you found this video helpful. We're going to have a great week this week. And here we're on the 4-hour. Let's go 1 hour. We've already broken below this trend line. So that looks like a good case for upcoming dollar weakness, but just as good of a case could be made for dollar strength, because I mean, how can you go against such a strong trend like this? And look at this drop off here on the dollar, on the RSI, right? Just a collapse of strength right there. So it's going to be an interesting week. I'm going to ease my way into it, especially with these dollar pairs. Tomorrow is, I think it's President's Day, whatever that means in the U.S., who knows. But it does mean the banks are closed, and you know, government agencies are closed. They've been closed and unclosed for going on and off for a while now. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. For real, I'd appreciate it. Put a comment in the comment section so I know people are watching this, so I can continue putting out this comment or this content. And yeah, let's have a badass week. So thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in the chat room. All right, peace.